lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
I know you see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound. You see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound.
Hey, it ain't no condemnation. He seen the best in me despite my situation. My sins been washed away and now I'm celebrating. When the sunset free is free indeed, I'm so elated. I'm grateful cause I know the places I have been. I'm thankful cause I know with Jesus I can win. When the storms of life come rolling through, he shelters me. No doubt about it. He makes me a better me. Thinking way back, I'm the same cat that had anger in my heart. That same cat, he done came back spreading love on my head for God. Now who would have ever thought that old Mr. Key would be free of iniquity? And although I fall dated like a king day, he's still right next to me. He keeps next to me. It's all gravy train. And even when I want a trip, I can't complain. I just think of all the things he do and how I'm changed. And how he freed me, cut me loose, and he broke every chain.
I know you see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound. You see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound.
Once I accepted Christ, I got a clean slate. No longer bound by my mistakes, I got a clean break. I keep a smile, no longer bound, don't see that mean face. Can't keep me down, see I've been found and I done seen great. I'm walking tall and fitting like $1 million. Cause I got Jesus with me, see it when it's right. You can even hear it when I speak about him. Once you catch the Holy Spirit, it's gonna have you shout. Hallelujah, thank you Jesus. I would never ever know the reason that you love me and you keep me. Always there for me when I'm reaching. The word to teach me how to seek me when I'm facing some ugly demons. Your name is all powerful, and when I say it, they go retreat. Yeah. See, once I heard his voice, it touched my soul, and then I made a choice. And it's the best decision that I ever made. I was granted freedom, yes, my life was saved.
I know you see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound. You see me smiling, it's official now. And everybody wanna know what's going down. It's really crazy and I'm laughing at my issues now. It's all because I'm feeling free, see I want this bound. He's my rose,
Who woke you up this morning with a roof up over your head?
That's my rose.
Who provides the source of your income, give you that bread?
That's my rose.
Remember when you didn't have a thing, you was out there lost?
That's my rose.
Do you receive double, he increased you like a bounce?
That's my rose.
Hey, that's my rock. My God's so good to me.
A setback is a setup for a comeback. I'll repeat. A setback is a setup for a comeback. I'm reminded of that quote today after hearing and actually seeing part of the 2019 Masters. And in the 2019 Masters, Tiger Woods, arguably one of the greatest golfers in history, has come back and won. Now, you would think, okay, someone that good, it's not a big deal for them to win, but Tiger Woods hasn't won a major tournament like the Masters in almost, I think, a decade or so. It's been a while. And the interesting thing is he went through a lot. You see, a lot of times we think that the greats, that the good people, that the people who are so successful, that the people that have all the money, the people that has all these things that's supposedly going for them, we think they don't go through stuff. But see, here's the reality. The reality is everybody's going through something. See, either you're going through something, just came through something, or you're about to go through something. That's just life. And the difference between the greats and the successful ones are the ones that's able to bounce back. You see, the things that a lot of us go through break. You know, it's a quote that says, you know, adversity causes some to break and causes others to break records. You have to decide, are you a record breaker? You see, Tiger Woods went through some stuff that was bigger, to be quite honest with you, bigger than sports. He went through some, not only through a private matter, but he had to get this matter, and he lost everything. And this is after he lost his dad. Then he ended up having to get divorced. Then he ended up having to have these things going on with his kids. You know, I mean, when I say everything, his caddy left him, and after some of these individuals left him, they talk bad about him. It's one thing to leave a person when they're struggling and going through something, but it's another thing for them to leave you and then talk bad about you, you know, and especially in a situation like the Tiger Woods was in, because you have to question yourself. You have to say, you know what, did they really care about me in the first place? Or was they around me because I was so good? Or was they around me because I was making so much money? Or was they around me because I was helping them out so much? You see, the downfall, which was the mistake that he made, wasn't just the bad part. The bad part was that after the downfall, the people that you thought would be there for you not only left you, they left you and talked bad about you. You have to go through that through the public. You have to hear that they'll never make it. You know, it's like somebody that's struggling. I remember when I was a kid, the neighborhood I came from, I heard people say, y'all will never graduate from high school. You'll never make it to college. You'll never live past this certain age. Stuff weighs on you. It weighs on you because even though in your heart and in your mind you know that you can accomplish these goals, it's hard hearing it from other people, specifically the people that you think are supposed to be supporting you. And this is what Tiger Woods had to do, not for 1 month, not for 1 year, but for a long period of time. And at the same time, he had to be dealing with, you know, the loss of his wife, which had to be tough, you know, dealing with the kids, everything in the public eye, and to come back and to perform on the highest level is astonishing. Again, the quote says, a setup or a setback, you know what I'm saying, is a setup for a comeback. A setback is a setup for a comeback, meaning whenever you have a setback, don't look at it like it's a finality. The delay is not a denial, you know. Sometimes you're being delayed for other reasons. I'm reminded of a book by Khadevis Robinson talking about a situation going on that went on with Barack Obama when he first ran for office or for senator. I forgot which one it was, but when he first ran, he lost. And Khadevis Robinson said something that I think about all the time. He says, sometimes in life, the hard-headed failures that we have is God's way of letting us know that we can do better. What does that mean? It means sometimes we go and we seek something, we try something, we apply for a job, we don't get it, and we think, oh, man, I failed. We want to date a certain person, or we might think this person want to ask us to marry him or whatever, and it don't work out. We're like, oh, man, I wish that would have worked out. You know, we have all these different situations that occur, and they don't happen the way that we expect or the way that we want, and instead we look at it like a failure. But what that quote is saying, the hard-headed failures that we have in life, sometimes that's God's way. Sometimes it's the universe's way of saying we can have and do better. You see, sometimes in our lives, if we would have stayed on that path, if we would have gotten that job, if we would have, you know, met that person, if we would stay with that person, if we would have done all of those types of things, if this dilemma didn't hit us, we would have settled. We would have been happy just being there. I'm reminded of a job I had. That if the situation wouldn't occur that I had to move, I would have stayed. I was content in a sense, making good money, had good perks, good benefits, the whole nine. You see, you would have never quit. If that person that you're dating, and I know the wind's blowing back, I'm outside, the weather's so good here today in Columbus, Ohio, but if that wouldn't have never happened, the person you're dating would have never did what they did, you would have never broke up with that person. You would have stayed with that person and would have had to endure some of the worst things that you've ever had to endure. And yet, the hard-headed failures we have, it's God's way of saying we have something better. Sometimes we have things that happen in our lives that just ground us. It hits us like a rock. It really breaks the foundation in which we've been standing on for so long. And we feel like, how do we overcome this? And the answer is, how do you overcome anything? How do you get through anything? You just do it. It's like it's no secret deal, right? There's when you see something and when you fail at something, you see the event as a failure and not yourself as a failure. You don't identify with the event. The event might fail. That part might have failed. But that doesn't mean you can't make a different story. You know, they always say the story, right? You get to write that story, right? You get to be the one to dictate how that story's going to continue to be read. You know, you can turn your mess into your message, and you can turn, again, I'm going to say this again, you can turn your mess into your message, and you can turn this test into a testimony. And the difference between a Tiger Woods and the difference between some of the greats who have gone through things and yet have been able to come back on the other side is that they didn't let it bury them. The dirt that was thrown on them wasn't burying them. It was planting them to come up and sprout to be something bigger and better. And I know what people say. They say, oh, well, you know, maybe it just works for them. It don't work for everybody. Maybe they just lucky. What? Oh, come on now. You know, I'm reminded when I go somewhere and they say, you know, the percentage of this. You know, I look at the lottery and they say, well, you only got a 2% chance to win the lottery. I'm the type of person to think I'm gonna be in that 2%. Right? Somebody give me a certain. When I'm in the hood, I realize only 20% of the people from this neighborhood is going to be able to get out and go. Well, I'm going to be in that 20%. Why not? Because I know a lot of people are going to look at that and for some reason put themselves in the 80%. I'm put myself in, and that's the difference. That is the difference. You know, Jim Rome said, does that make me different? He said, yes. He said, when somebody tells him about a good book that he needs to read, he goes out and buys the book the same day. Does that make him different? Yes. Why? He don't know. Some people get the message. Some people get the testimony. Some people get these things, and when they get it, they use it. They work on it. They take action, and some don't. And that's the difference. We all are going through something. We all encounter life. But we all can make this test our testimony, and we all can make this mess our message. It's just a decision. It's all a choice and a decision. You know, and Frank, I think it's Victor Frank, I can remember Franco Victor. He's in The Man's Search for Meaning. He talks about during the Holocaust when they was going through all this pearl. He realized the only thing that he could control was control his mind. He can control how he responded and reacted. He can control all the other stuff, and so he learned to control his mind. And I just assumed that Tiger, when he went through all that thing, and he went to the bottom of the bottom, there had to come many times in which he said, you know, I'm already a multi-millionaire, not a billionaire. And he probably said, you know what, why go through all this again? I done had all these surgeries, ain't been able to win, and all these people talking bad about me. I could just take my $500 million, raise my kids, and live a good life without all this stuff. But that's not what winners do. You see, when God tells you to leave, you don't even look back. When God says leave, when God says you have to go somewhere, we've learned that we don't even ask where to go. It's like God said, go, you go. And not only do you go, you don't even look back, right? That's what you do. When God has something set forth for you, you cannot take the easy route out. Because the easy route is not where the results are at. The cave you should at present you seek. And so what I'm saying is, when all this happened, Tiger had a choice. You know, they say it's an old book that's written. It says, I know why the cage bird sing. And the question is, why does the cage bird sing? Well, it's two reasons. It could be more, it could be less. One of them is because the cage bird has a song, right? God put a song in the cage bird. And the second reason is that's what it does, right? That's what the cage bird does. It sings. And so it comes to us in our life. Why do we do some of the certain things? Why do we supposed to keep? Because that's what we do. We have to listen to the message that the universe and God's given to us and understand that's what we do. You see, here's the thing. You take a wasp and you take a bee. Now, they both can make a comb. They live in those little combs, the little comb things you see the wasp and bee. But only one of them can make honey. You see, the wasp made getting the comb, and God was giving all the instructions. The wasp got the instructions and got so happy and excited that the wasp thought, okay, I got what I need. Let me get up out of here. And the wasp took off. The bee stuck around. God kept giving them information. The bee got the honey. Now the wasp and the bee sitting around. The wasp can make the comb. You see the wasp comb. It don't ain't no honey. It can't make no. The bee can make honey. Sometimes we have to listen to the full message that God gives us. And this time we go. We don't look trying to make honey. We go to make that honey. But until then, we're listening to God. So remember, a setback is a setup for a comeback. And you will, and we will, and we all will have a setback. Because setbacks are part of life. But comebacks are also. And who decides on the comeback? We do. My granny used to say, God helps those that help themselves. And what that means is, yes, I have a book, one of my favorite books, and the quote in that book says, God will give you victory in the battle, but God won't fight the battle for you. Now, a lot of people say, well, hold on now. What are you saying? I say, I repeat the quote. God will give you victory in the battle, but you got to fight the battle now. Now, you're going to win. God won't give you victory, but you got to fight it. It would be nice if not only did God give us the victory in the battle, but God fought the battle for us. But what are we learning in there? What are we getting out of that? You know, are we even living in that point? But no, you're going to face a setback. You're going to have this setback. It's going to be there. We all have setbacks, different levels, different stages, the whole nine. It's a setback. And there's going to come a point in that setback where we're going to say, I don't know if I can keep going. Because we can settle. We can park. You know, Tiger could have parked. But, I mean, dogs don't even chase parked cars. What does dogs do to parked cars? You get my point? So not selling and not parking and looking at that setback, we don't want to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to be fine at this stage. Or you know what? I done made enough money. Or you know what? I could just, no. Because that's not what we do. Some people may, and that might be fine for them. But again, when God tell you to move, you move. When God tell you to sing, you sing. And you don't stop until the message is there. So as I look and I see, you know, Tiger Woods celebrate this whole next week or month or whatever it is, it's my hope that he don't forget the lessons in his test and his math. There's lessons there. The lesson is not is he the greatest and he came back. No. That was already in there. It's just a matter of him proving it to himself and letting other people know he didn't have to do that. That's not the lesson. The lesson is you can go through all of that. God gave, they say the parable of the talents. God gave you all these talents. What must you do with those talents? Now he has an opportunity to share his story about the talent. Now he has an opportunity to say, you know what, people, this ain't about golf. This ain't about golf. This ain't about money. This is about something else. This is about when the people that you think going to be there for you the most, when you need them the most, and they leave you, this is what you really lie on, right? This is what you really depend on. You see, because just like Jacob, right? Jacob had all these little tricks he used to pull. him and his mom tricked Esau out of his birthright. He went on to make some money, went and stayed with his uncle, tricked them, and was tricking people out. I'm thinking he's just the most smart, most genius person in the world. Always having the answer of ways of getting what he need to get, right? But it comes a time when Jacob had to come back. We all had to come back and look ourselves in the mirror. And he was thinking of all these different ways that he could trick, outsmart, out-hustle, all this stuff. And he started realizing that, you know what? None of this is going to work. So he went to sleep. And like many of us, when we have a lot of stuff on our mind with a sleep, we have a dream. And Jacob dreamed. And in his dream, he wrestled with an ish. And he woke up. And Jacob said, surely the presence of the Lord was in this place all along, and I did not know. It took him falling asleep in the most harsh, most dry, most toughest place ever to realize that God was in that place. But what people don't realize is that he wasn't talking about that place. He was talking about all places. He was talking about through all the trickery, through all the great things that had happened. See, Jacob was thinking that he was being successful and things was going great because of him. He was thinking he was the smart one. He was thinking he was the one working hard. He was thinking all this stuff was happening because he was so good and he was anointed and he was a great one. He was his mom's favorite. He was thinking all this was happening because he was chosen. And so because he was chosen, all this good stuff had happened. But then he realized the bad stuff happened. He was getting through the bad stuff thinking because he was so good, he could get through the bad stuff. But a test came. And he realized, through this, by myself, what am I going to do? Right? And then he had that dream. He woke up and he realized something. Oh, my goodness. Surely the presence of the Lord was in this place all along. And I did not know. So what he's saying is, you know what? All this time, all this success, everything I'm going through and got through, I only got through it because of God. And that's where, hopefully, Tiger get out of this. Yeah, I'm such good in golf. I'm good because I practice hard because of this and that. People think I'm a chosen one and all that type of stuff. And I can make it through everything and I can overcome everything. And this and that. I make all of that. And now he goes to the bottom. And at the bottom, he has surgery. Everybody leave him. And who is he left with? Himself. He's left with God. And then he said, surely the presence of the Lord is with me all this time. I've been successful because God gave me all this. And I got to share this. So let me show you what I can do when I got God. He come back and win the Masters. And now, his test can be his testimony. His mess can be his message. So if you're going through something right now, just understand this. A setback is a setup for a comeback. And who can come have a comeback? We all come. We all can, and we all will. Remember, you have a test that you're going through or will go through. You have some mess that you've been put into or fallen into. And you have some setbacks that you've had, about to have, or just overcame. But remember this, a setback is a setup for a comeback. And that comeback and that message needs to be shared with the world. This is Khadevis Robinson. This has been the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. And once again, I'll holler.
Yeah. I ain't never giving up. Word to big homie. Hey. Woo. One time for the Father, two times for the Son, three times for the Spirit. Holy Trinity, they one. Faith is what you make it. Time gave me the patience. They asking where I've been in the studio, they waiting. It's souls on the line. Time for vacation. Your money, all you see, then hit the altar, boy, you playing. They say money is the root of all evil. Anything you love is not a God, then it's evil. They say the Bible tampered with it, and they say man wrote it. But just look in the mirror, we his image if you notice. Everything that comes from above, it was good. But wickedness made man no good and evil understood. Don't matter what they talk about, go read for yourself. The Bible changed lives, I believe for myself. Can't never doubt God, he the reason that I'm here. And I'ma bless my family and friend with my gift. Yeah. I can never give up, word to big homie. Long as God on my side, I ain't never lonely. I got family, I got friends, they depend on me. I got family, I got Some all for the benefit. Doubt God even in the midst. I just wanna be a willing vessel. Faith got me to the next level. More word, more bigger devil. Apply the word, watch the demons scatter. John 3, spit my 16. That's the scripture, make the ball better. Kill the beat where the power bearer. Die to sell, let the Lord help. Guide me through the cold world. Made the word, give him all sight. Beat God to a small light. Gave me wind, watch me take flight. Ran Luke, John made them all. All red mean Jesus said it. I declare so I won't forget it. More hits than the sniper killer. That means every day it hit me. And the angels all praying with me. Big homie, that God with me. Big homie, that God with me. You can try to put an end to it. Leave my people never bail out. You can't offer me enough money to water down when I yell out. Selling soul for a small fee, but I won't ever sell out. Yeah, we living in the end time. Gave my life to the fence. I can never give up. Word to big homie. Long as God on my side, I ain't never lonely. I got family, I got friends, they depend on me. I got family, I got friends who depend on it. I can never give up. Word to big homie. Long as God